All right, let's try this again. Let's just into Discord. Extra special show. Doing a little Saturday afternoon live stream. I broke my policy of never deleting a video. I deleted the last video I just tried to do because I was muted the entire time. I pulled the Sophane and had a fucking boomer moment. So now what I'm going to do is start this test over again so that people can actually hear me. Fortunately enough, this beautiful government website does new questions. I'm going to be taking a citizenship test and live stream it. I was inspired by Boyinaband, who took a UK citizenship test and posted that video earlier. However, I'm going to do it live, 0 edits. Yeah. So let's see if I can be a citizen and how much I know about my own country. So let's just jump right into it. All right. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? Fought for civil rights, fought for women's suffrage, ran for president of the United States, became a U.S. senator, fought for civil rights. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. If you don't know who Martin Luther King Jr. was and what he did, please crawl out from the rock that you're hiding under. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? Trial by jury, to bear arms, that's Second Amendment. Speech, to vote. Speech. Fun fact, since to vote was in there, when the country first started, it was only people that owned land, aka property, that were able to vote for the longest time. That was something that our country had to fight for the rest of us to be able to vote, even if you rent an apartment. And then in the early 1900s, there was a big women's suffrage movement that fought for the right for women to vote too. Yeah. By the way, the U.S. is not a democracy. It's a republic. It's a representative democracy. So you elect your representatives, and then your representatives vote for you in the federal government, which is weird because we have an electoral college where there are representatives, but we don't vote those representatives in that are in the electoral college. It's a really fucked up system. I think we need an electoral college reform. I think the electoral college is important though, regardless, because what many politicians would call flyover states, which is the entire center of the country that has smaller populations, have different concerns than people in the large cities. So I think the electoral college is important for that. Yeah. Anyways, next question. What is the highest court in the United States? The Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, District Court, the Federal Court. That would be the Supreme Court. It's right there in the name. It's fucking supreme. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? Only the people of the state who belong to the senator's political party? Technically, yes. The state legislatures? Only the people in the state who voted for the senator? That seems like the same answer as A. All the people of the state. Boom. A U.S. senator represents all the people in the state. Each state has 2 senators. Every citizen who is 18 or older and living in a state can vote for both senators from that state. The number of U.S. senators does not change if a state has more people or fewer people living in it. This way, every state has equal representation in the Senate. Yeah. Unless you're Palpatine, then you are the Senate. What is the name of the President of the United States now? How nobody can get this wrong. It's always Trump. I'm fucking tired of talking about Trump, but because everybody talks about Trump all the fucking time. Yeah. Who signs bills to become laws? The President, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Secretary of State, the Vice President. That would be the President. The President signs bills to become laws. A bill is a proposed law. Members of Congress write bills to address issues that are important to the American people. They vote on bills. If Congress accepts a bill, they send it to the President to be signed. If the President agrees with the bill, the President signs it. Then the bill becomes law. Also, if the President also has veto power, and even if it's vetoed, because of our 3-branch system and our checks and balances that are in place, it can be circulated back around and voted on, and then the veto can be overwritten, so to say. Yeah, love the checks and balances. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War, World War I, the War of 1812, the Revolutionary War. Revolutionary War was against Britain. War of 1812. Don't remember much about that. World War I. Yeah, fuck Europe. And it was the Civil War. I'm not gonna read all that. Name one U.S. territory: Haiti, Guam, Cayman Islands, Bermuda. Guam. There are 5 major U.S. territories: Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands, and Guam. Territories have their own local governments. They also follow the laws of the U.S. government. Yeah, okay. So U.S. territories are a weird situation. I personally think that if they're a territory, they should become states because they technically don't really have any say in what the federal government does. And I think they should have a say if they have to follow the federal government laws, they should have a say in what the federal government does. But maybe that's just me. I'm 8 for 8. Name one state that borders Canada. Rhode Island, no. Oregon, that's south. South Dakota's, no. Maine, yeah. There are 13 states that border Canada. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, my state, and Alaska. Alaska practically is Canada. I don't even know why we have that state. Canada is the country to the north of the United States. No fucking shit, Sherlock. The U.S. border with Canada changed many times in American history, but it has not changed since 1846. Yeah, if I remember right, there were like massive territorial disputes around Niagara Falls. I might be wrong. All right. So far, I'm 9 for 9 out of 20. Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States. That'd be Mississippi. Mississippi River runs directly down nearly the center of the United States. The 2 longest rivers in the United States are the Missouri River and Mississippi River. The Missouri River starts in Montana. It joins the Mississippi River in the state of Missouri. The Mississippi River runs through 10 U.S. states. It starts in Minnesota near the border we share with Canada. It ends in Louisiana. Minnesota. The rivers have always been important to people living in the United States. American Indians used the rivers for trade, food, and water. People still use the rivers to transport products. They are an important source of water. Yeah. Okay, so rivers are extremely important, especially back in the old world where everything was transported waterways and by horse and buggy. No, I'm not going to get into Milo. Never mind. So far I'm 10 for 10. I'm at least going to get 50% on this test. Let's see if it gets any harder. What are the 2 parts of the U.S. Congress? Senate and the courts, the House of Representatives and the courts, the Senate and House of Representatives, the House of Lords, and the House of Commons. D is not a thing. It's C. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to read all that. Unless somebody really wants to learn about there's Congress and there's Senate. And those are the ones that create laws. And then it's a whole checks and balances thing. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? Climate change, communism, slavery, the Great Depression. Ooh. Cold War. That would be 70s, 80s. The Great Depression was the early 1900s. It was like the 20s, 30s. I'm going to go communism on this one. Hey! The United States' main concern during the Cold War was communism. Yeah. Cold War was not a traditional war. It was cold because the United States and Soviet Union did not fight each other directly. Cold War began after World War II ended in 1945. The Soviet Union was a communist country. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was even during the 50s, like the McCarthy era. The McCarthy era, where they were bringing like actors and artists and everything like that because they knew somebody who was a communist. That was a weird fucking time. Also, around that time, like Lenny Bruce was fighting to say whatever the fuck he wanted on stage. Sorry, I know I said like 70s and 80s earlier for Cold War. Apparently, it started a lot earlier. I forgot about the McCarthy era. The McCarthy era. Huh. All right. Let's keep going. I'm 12 for 12 so far. We elected president in how many years? 4, 2, 10, 8. That's 4. Everybody knows that. U.S. elections have become a fucking reality show for the rest of the fucking world. We elect a president for a 4-year term. The candidate run for president as many times as he or she wants. The president can only be elected president for 8 years or 2 terms of 4 years each. The Constitution says how many terms a president can serve. For example, President Dwight D. Eisenhower became president for the first time in 1953. Then he ran for president again and won the election, and in 1957 became president for another 4 years. Also, we've had a couple 3-term presidents, but the reason why we actually have a 4-term presidency relates back to it was created after the last president that went for 3 terms. I forget who it was. There's nobody really watching this right now, but if somebody is watching this, let me know in the chat who it was who last ran for 3 terms. But most presidents only did 2 terms out of just like a tradition. It's like 8 years is enough to run a country, and so they would essentially just resign and then let the thing go again, and then it became law in the early to mid 1900s. I might be wrong though. I have been day drinking. Whatever. I see there's 3 people watching. That's surprising. Can somebody interact in the chat, please? All right. I'm 13 for 13. Next question. Name one state that borders Mexico: Alabama, Florida, California, Arkansas. Okay. Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of Mexico. It's California. There are 4 states that border Mexico: California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. Mexico is the only country is the country to the south of the United States. All of the states that now border Mexico were once part of Mexico. Yes, remember the Alamo. Oh. Hey, sorry, I was sorry, my thing was over on top chat instead of live chat. Roosevelt served 4 terms. Well, was elected for 4 terms. Okay. Hey, everybody in the chat, I'm really fucking sorry. For some reason, it wasn't showing any of your chats because I wasn't on the YouTube approved live chat. I was on the top chat, which means I saw fucking nothing. All right. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Glad you're here. So I'm 14 for 14. In what month do we vote for president? January, November, October, February. February is the month of love. October is the month of spoopiness. And January is the month of making promises to yourself that you're going to do over the next year that you're actually never going to do. So it must be November. November 8th, actually, to be specific. We vote for president in November in 1845. Congress decided that November was a perfect month to have elections. At that time, most American citizens lived on farms. By November, farmers had finished harvesting their crops. They could leave the farm to vote. Also, November was not as cold as winter months. Bad weather would not stop people from voting. Yeah, one thing they're failing to mention here is farmers owned land. Back in the day, only landowners could vote. If you rented like an apartment, you rented a house or anything like that, you could not vote. You had to own land. You had to own property. Maybe even own a slave and count them as property. I don't fucking know. I'm 15 for 15 now. Let's go. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? U.S. diplomat, third president of the United States, inventor of the airplane, youngest member of the Constitutional Convention. I know he was never president, and I know he didn't invent the airplane. That was the Wright brothers. U.S. diplomat, maybe. He was kind of a salty dude. I wouldn't. But I don't think it was the youngest member of the Constitutional Convention either. He was pretty old for that time when he started that. U.S. diplomat. Oh, sweet. I got it. Take a peek at chat real quick. And cool. All right. So Benjamin Franklin was a famous American. Of course, he's on Mount Rushmore. He lived from 1706 to 1790. Oh, 84. Impressive. Especially for that time. Benjamin Franklin was an inventor. He invented many things that we use today. He invented bifocal eyeglasses. He invented the Franklin stove. I don't know what a Franklin stove is. Let's look that up. Oh. It's just a wood stove with space for you to put pots and pans on top. That will heat your apartment on top of being able to cook food. Okay. Why are they crediting him with that? That's just a common sense idea. Yeah, Red. I used to live in a house that had one of these. It was a bit more like this one. Actually, let me see real quick. Yeah, it didn't have any glass to view the inside. So yeah, a little bit more like this one. Kind of like this one though. Yeah, it's just a wood stove. Common. Why is he credited with inventing that? That's just a common sense thing to do. Yeah, they're like, well, no, they were only like $300 to $400. That's not that bad. By the way, Red, if you want to join in, there's a link to the Hangout in the Let's Just Say It's a Discord channel. All right. Franklin was the writer of Poor Richard's Almanac. It was a book with information about the weather and topics. Franklin became first postmaster general of the United States in 1775. He created the postal or mail system in the United States. Also, he started first free libraries. Later, he was a U.S. diplomat. He was the oldest member of the Constitutional Convention. Okay, so I want to go to the Poor Richard's Almanac. Fun fact. Franklin, there was somebody else's almanac that was competing with him. And Benjamin Franklin posted an obituary for the dude that ran the other almanac that was competing with him, and then constantly posted articles within his almanac saying that it was just his ghost refusing to move on. That was constantly writing articles trying to say that he was still alive in his competitor's almanac. It's actually a really interesting story. All right, next question. I'm 16 for 16. I'm pretty much past. There's only 20 questions. All right. What is the political party of the president now? Independent Party, Democratic Party, Republican Party, Green Party. Not the Green Party, not independent. Unfortunately, we have a two-party system. Extra fact. George Washington actually disliked how our representative government was going, and he cautioned against us having a two-party system. He was afraid that if we made parties at all. Oh, hey, Red.
Hi.
Yeah, George Washington was actually afraid if we made parties at all, he didn't like political parties, period. But making parties would put us into a two-party system where we would constantly fight against each other between which party got elected, blah, 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 blah.
Well, he's not wrong, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm I don't like political parties. Political parties are it's much like how people put labels on themselves in shorthand for what you stand for, but it constantly fucking changes. So I don't really I don't know. I try my best not to affiliate myself with groups or slap labels on myself.
It sounds exactly like the UK political system, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, answer to the question is he's part of the Republican Party, even though he should be classified as an independent.
Unless they forgot to update the test where it's not. Huh? Oh, they did. Okay, that's good. I'm saying unless they forgot to actually update with the change of president.
Yeah. It's a government website.
Exactly.
What does the judicial branch do? Resolves disputes. Decides if a law goes against the Constitution. Reviews laws. All of these answers. It's all of the answers.
I was going to say all of the above.
Yeah.
You know, as when there's an
on the list, I was getting really confused. I was like, wait a second, they do all these things. Wait, oh, there you go.
You know that if there's an answer that says all of these answers, it's going to be all of the above. So
not necessarily. So
9 times out of 10 it is.
When I was in high school, I was a TA for one of the math teachers, and he let me, because I was a little emo shitlord. at the time. He let me write a few
Same.
questions for some of the tests. And so for some of the multiple choice questions, I would put all of the above just to fuck with people. I'd put all of the above as answer number B. The math teacher thought that was fucking hilarious. But
that sounds like something I would do.
But the students
just
were
to be
confused.
a little shit.
Yeah, the students were confused.
It's like, but I know that it doesn't do this, and I know it doesn't do this. But if there's an all of the above, then it's got to be all of the above. But, yeah, no, that sounds like exactly something I would do, just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
I really wish I had my
capital of the United States. Washington, D.C. That's a dumb fucking question.
Very glad you know that one.
Yeah. Name one branch or part of the government. Really? The final question is gonna be this? It's not parliament. We don't have a parliamentary system. It's not state
that's
government.
us over here. That's us over
United
here.
Nations. That's a whole world thing.
Yeah.
Really simple fucking question. 20 for 20. Oh, god damn. Why are you doing this to me? Stop.
Did you break it?
I broke it.
You broke it. Last fucking question and you broke it.
100%. Good job. You answered 20 of 20 questions correctly.
Yay! Does that mean that you now qualify to live in the US?
I guess. I'm even overqualified. You only need like 70%.
Oh, really?
Reds, how about you take this now?
No, because I'd probably embarrass myself.
Nah, do it.
Nah.
Come on. No, it's fine.
No, I'd probably embarrass myself. How about? Huh?
Yeah, no. Well, no. Right. It's fine. You don't live in this country. It's okay if you get some of this shit wrong. Oh no.
Did you break it again?
Yeah, it fucking broke. There we go.
There you go.
All right.
Yep.
So, name one problem that led to the Civil War.
Huh?
Oil,
What?
sugar, westward expansion, or slavery?
Oh, well, I think I might know that one. I'm gonna think it might be the slavery one.
All right. I would have guessed sugar. Oh, you're right.
Yay! I got one.
All right. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. World War I, World War II, Korean War, Mexican-American War.
I think that may be the Mexican-American War.
Yeah. We have video evidence of the other three.
I was going to say, you can actually see the other three kind of as they happened.
2 for 2.
Yay!
Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Ooh.
I've seen Pearl Harbor. I know this.
This is actually difficult. I think I know the answer, but I'm not entirely sure.
Are these different questions then?
Yeah, it's different questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Harry Truman, Calvin Coolidge, Franklin Roosevelt, Herbert Hoover. Yeah, Red. I already went through like a whole series of these questions, and then I found out I was muted the entire time.
Yeah, I saw that in the Discord. I was just like, oh lord. Although, was it
Yeah,
they say
I'm
that
a
you're not a
fucking
proper live
idiot.
streamer until you've been muted for like at least half an hour?
I blame Sophane.
Yeah, he's kind of set that trend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Roosevelt.
Oh, you're gonna say Roosevelt?
Yeah. So I've watched Pearl Harbor, and I remember.
All right, but before I click on this, I'm gonna say Truman.
Okay. So,
I was right.
you all right? Okay.
No, wait, no, you were right. Roosevelt.
Oh yes. The British chick beats the American. Why? And you can't even say you were day drinking because I've just been drinking.
Oh yeah, no, I've been drinking whiskey all day.
Yeah,
name
same.
one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. The War of 1812. Are you fucking kidding me? The year is in the fucking.
It's like when they ask, how long did the 100 Years' War last?
The 100-Year War didn't actually last 100 years, though.
It's a trick question.
It's a misnomer.
I know.
Anyways, War of 1812, Civil War, Revolutionary War, World War I.
Okay.
They asked a question like the 1900s was so long ago.
1900s.
All right, what's your answer?
20 years
I know
ago.
it's not War of 1812.
So we've narrowed it down to the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, or World War One. I think I might have to go World War One.
Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh yay!
Yeah, it's not like we have video footage of that war or anything like that.
I know.
What are two major political parties in the United States? Democratic and Republican, Reform and Green, American and Bull Moose.
American and
Good
what?
old Teddy Roosevelt. Bull Moose.
Never heard of that one.
Democratic, Republican, and Whigs. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. So the Bull Moose Party was Theodore Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt was actually head of the Bull Moose Party at one point. I'm not sure if he ran for president as that.
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, we do have the monster roving loony party, so you know.
Yeah. And the Whigs, those were like mid to late 1800s was the last time I think Whigs were around. Anyways, what are the two major political parties in the United States?
I think, I'm just going off the YouTube videos and that I've seen. It may just be the Democrats and the Republicans. This is just,
I was thinking it was the Reform and Green, but we're gonna try out your answer. See if that
yeah.
Oh shit, you're right. Damn.
Yay! They're not making it very hard to get into your country, is it?
Yeah, it's not like U.S. elections are just an
televised all over the world, you know.
Yeah, televised all over the world, and is practically a reality show for the rest of the world.
Yeah, I know.
Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? James Madison, Thomas
Some dude a
Jefferson,
long time ago.
George Washington, or Abraham Lincoln? What's your answer? I do actually know this one.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. Is it?
Ooh.
Yeah. Like I said, some dude a long time ago. Some old dude who's dead now. Hang on, what are the options again?
James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, or Abraham Lincoln?
Is it Jefferson?
Ooh, let's click on it. Correct. Thomas Jefferson.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah.
Yay!
You're 6 for 6.
Hey, I might apply for citizenship after this.
And brainwash, no, I just took a citizenship test. Figured I might as well have a foreign person take a citizenship test.
After this, you have to do a British one.
Ooh, yeah, I'll do the British one. Why not?
I probably don't even know half the answers on that thing.
Yeah, if you'll yeah, I'll pull that up after this.
Yeah.
Name one state that borders Mexico. Ooh, this is where you're kind of fucked. Arkansas, California, Alabama, Florida. Or you're not fucked, because you may have seen when I answered this question before.
I'm trying to think of a map of America.
Mm-hmm.
Is it California? Probably not California. Yeah, I'll go California.
I'm not going to help you. Just choose your answer.
You're just mean. I can go California.
You're going to go California?
Yeah, might as well. Probably wrong.
Sure about that? Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's probably wrong. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's probably turned out to be like Alabama or something. I can't remember.
All these other states border a body of water called the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay. The only one I know for absolutely certain is Texas.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. All of the others, I'm just like, does it?
Well, Texas makes themselves known. Hey, yeah, Brainwash, exactly. If you want to hop in on this, let me know. What did Susan B. Anthony do? A, fought for women's rights. B, the first woman elected to the House of Representatives. C, made the first flag of the United States. D, founded the Red Cross.
See, now I actually know this one. She was a women's rights activist.
Ooh, correct.
Yeah.
Good job.
Don't know how I know that one, but I know that one.
Yeah, that question just reminded me of that video of a dude that was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and took a women's suffrage activist and fed her to a crocodile.
What is it? Someone got banned for punching one of the suffragettes in the face or something like that, didn't they?
They got kicked off YouTube for sexism or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, for punching them in the face, and it's just like, how many blokes has he just killed?
Just playing the video game.
I'm just playing the game as it was intended. It's like you weren't supposed to punch her in the face. It's just like, but part of the game is violence, and it doesn't state who against, just violence. So I'm just going to punch her in the face, get in trouble in real life.
Yeah. So you're 8 for 8 so far. What is the capital of the United States? New York, New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Boston, Massachusetts?
Oh, I don't know. This is a hard one. Can I phone a friend? Um,
Yeah.
no? Okay, Washington.
Washington, D.C. Oh,
Yep.
shit. I didn't even know that one. Weird.
I really hope you're joking. That one.
Who was the first president? George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, or John Adams?
I think it may have been. Wait, was it Washington? Yeah, it was. It was Washington. I had a brain fart.
Wrong.
Wait, what?
No, it says correct, but it's actually wrong because there was actually when the country was first started, there was an intermediary president that was there before George Washington was actually elected.
I think they're talking about like official though, as in elected. Yeah.
But that's
mean.
wrong.
Don't do that.
They're wrong. This is a government website. They should tell the facts. They should tell the truth. There were 13 original states. Name 3. Maryland, Virginia, and North Carolina. New York, Kentucky, and Georgia. Virginia, North Carolina, and Florida. Washington, Oregon, and California. I'll give you a hint. It's not D.
Wait, what were they again? That's too many names.
Do you have this pulled up on your screen?
No, but I'm about to.
Okay. All right. So A, Maryland, Virginia, and North Carolina.
Well, no, Virginia was one because wasn't that the original one where they landed?
Hold on.
Okay.
B.
All right.
New York, Kentucky, and Georgia. C. Virginia, North Carolina, and Florida. Or D. Washington, Oregon, and California. I can tell you D is off the...
I thought you weren't going to help me.
No, my help to you on that one is it's not D.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go A.
You're going to go A?
Yeah. Well, it was either between, I was literally going between A and, oh, yay. My thought process was it's between A and C because I know for a fact Virginia is one of them because I watch Pocahontas.
weren't you pissed when James Cameron's Avatar came out and it was just Pocahontas on another planet?
Pretty much, yeah. It was just a giant blue Pocahontas.
Yep.
Aren't they making another one?
Yeah, they're gonna have a second one. Actually, they're scheduled to make it a trilogy.
What is with these people in trilogies?
I don't fucking know. Because trilogy is a fun word.
Yeah, but a trilogy of films is not always work. It's like for Lord of the Rings, the trilogy worked because it's 3 books, three films.
Mm-hmm.
But The Hobbit does not work. Nope.
No, I haven't even watched the Hobbit films, but I also had a hard time reading through the fucking book.
Okay, I can see it being made into like 2 films because there's a lot there.
The Hobbit was the
3.
Yeah, the Hobbit was the first book that I started reading that I never finished.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've read the entire Lord of the Rings series. I've read the Silmarillion.
Yeah, Silmarillion's a beast.
Yeah. But the Hobbit just did not grab me. All right. So, who signs bills to become laws? A, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. B, the Secretary of State. C, the President. D, the Vice President.
President? I don't know.
Correct.
I have no idea.
That actually brings
like,
up a really interesting thing. The
carry
vice
on with said
president doesn't
interesting
really
thing.
do anything.
No, he's just there. He's there to
Yeah.
look pretty. He's there to smile and look
Yeah,
pretty. Doesn't do it very
the
well, but
vice president is just there as backup in case the president gets assassinated.
yeah, it's a bit morbid. It's like I'll be in charge if he's dead.
Yeah. Well, all right. Another fun fact: American history.
Okay.
It used to be, instead of choosing like a running mate when you run for president, instead of choosing who your vice president was, it used to be second place became vice president.
Huh.
Yeah. I like that system a lot more.
And that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I don't know. Kind of.
It prevents a president from just having a yes man as a running mate.
Yeah, it's true.
If you have somebody that ran against you, at least you have another opinion that
Yeah,
you
but
can bounce
also,
things off of, and you can reach a logical compromise.
you've also got somebody there who's just going to argue with you every time.
Sure.
Kind of like the annoying younger sibling. You know.
Yeah, but when you're running a country, having somebody that is not afraid to disagree with you to your fucking face is kind of a good thing.
Yeah, I guess like once or twice, but it's like if it turns out it's too much, it's like you've got to kind of sit there and just be like, look, dude, I know you ran against me. However, this is just getting a bit silly now.
No, but okay, so here's why it would be a good thing. It would be a good thing right off the bat now, because the U.S. is so fucking divided at the moment. But if we continue doing that system, what we would do is create a conducive relationship between both parties, even though I don't agree with the two-party system, but it would create a conducive relationship between both parties and help to create communications, have the highest person in authority see the other side of the argument, and also reach some sort of middle ground compromise sort of thing.
Okay, now I'm just imagining Trump and Hillary having to work
Trump
together.
is out of it.
I've got that mental image.
Trump is an exact product of us not having the system where second place gets the vice presidency. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that I've now got that image in my head of those two having to work together, whether or not
Trump
he's
and
president
Hillary
and she's the vice, or she's the president and he's the vice president.
Adorable.
That I think the White House would no longer exist. Because they would
Bill might have actually started to fuck Hillary again because she was spending too much time with a male.
True. This is true.
Anyways, what stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? A, checks and balances. B, the president. C, freedom of speech. D, the people.
Well, no, it's not this. There is no E. Can't get me with that one. I know your trick now. You could let me in on it.
So which one?
I'm sitting there thinking, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Catch a tiger by his tail.
I was going to say, that's the one I always know.
Yeah, I only learned like a year ago that it used to be a different word than tiger.
Really?
Yeah.
I learned that from my grandfather. I was
Ooh.
like 4. My
Yeah.
mum,
Wait,
my
you learned the tiger one from your grandfather?
no, the other one.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, my mum was not best pleased, and she was like, "Don't you ever say that." I was like, "Okay." Didn't know what it meant at that age, but
Do you know
she
what
was pissed.
Brazil nuts used to be called?
No,
I'm not gonna say it.
so it's not
YouTube's
something you
banning
can
people
say.
left and right.
Yeah, you got to play it safe.
Yeah.
I don't know. A? Because I know it's not freedom of speech, and I know it's not the people. Because if people listen to the
It
people,
is
then half the
a.
shit. Yay!
You're 13 for 13. You're just about to become a citizen. What is the name
Yay!
of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now?
I have no idea.
Mike Pence. B. Nancy Pelosi. C. Chuck Schumer. By the way, that's Amy Schumer's brother. D. Donald Trump.
Purely by the fact that I've not. No, I have heard of a B. Probably wrong. Hello. Jables.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, okay. Hello. I was like,
Sorry.
where did he go?
Anyways, so you chose B, Nancy
Yeah,
Pelosi.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
14 for 14. You've
I knew it
technically
wasn't gonna
passed
be.
the test already.
Yay!
Let's see if you can get 100%.
Probably not. That was literally a process of elimination. Because I was just like, well, late to Amy Schumer, that's not going to happen. Mike Pence is an idiot, and Trump is Trump. So I'm just
Trump
going to
is
go for that chick.
president. Yeah. I hear about Nancy Pelosi a lot.
Well, I've heard her name. I've not actually no idea what she did. Well, I do now. So, so that was literally the answer.
By the way, for the future audience, if you go back like a month, I actually did it's an episode titled "I Did It So You Don't Have to." I start off that episode with a review of Amy Schumer's last comedy special.
Yeah, I don't want anything to. No. No.
We'll talk. Let's talk
I,
comedy after this test, and then I'll take the UK citizenship test.
yeah, I was going to say
Um,
you got to.
yeah. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? A.
Too many.
100. B. 435. C. 441. D. 200.
I've heard.
This is actually the one that I failed earlier.
See, now I watch Philly D, and he talks about House of Representatives and that a lot, and he's mentioned how many people there are.
Sorry,
I know it's
what was that? You
400.
cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry, my internet's crap. I see now. I watch Philly D, and he talks about, say, whenever the House of Representatives do something stupid, and he's mentioned how many is there before, and I know it's 400 and something. I think anyway.
All right, so it's either B or C. It's either 435 or 441.
I'm gonna go B. Just because I like that number better. I don't know why.
I'm going to tell you before I click it, you're right.
Yay! Philly D helps me get pass the citizenship test.
What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? A. Ended World War I. B. Freed slaves in most southern states. C. Gave the United States independence from Great Britain. D. Gave women the right to vote.
It's either B or C, I swear. Wasn't it freed the slaves? That's probably wrong.
It's either wrong or right. Make your choice.
Yeah, go B.
You're right. Yay.
Yay! How many is that now?
By the way, independence, that's the Declaration of Independence, not the Emancipation Proclamation.
See, now I blame the Tennessee whiskey, also known as Jack Daniels, for that brain fart. Yeah, no, just saying.
Evan Williams right now.
Huh?
I'm drinking Evan Williams right now.
I've not tried that one.
It's like Jack Daniels, but more poor. It's Jack Daniels is sweet compared to Evan Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they almost have the same logo. I'll send you a picture later.
Right.
Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? A. World War II. B. Vietnam War. C. Civil War. D. Spanish-American War.
Well, I don't think he's old enough for the Civil War or the Spanish-American War. Did he become president? Yeah. No,
Okay.
he wasn't. I'm saying he wasn't. He's not old enough. He was president in the 50s. So it'd be World War II.
Let's see. Correct.
Yeah, I can't remember what year it was in the 50s that he was president, but I remember he became president in the 50s.
Yeah.
And I know it must have been 53, because didn't he serve 2 terms? Because I remember he was no longer president the year my mum was born, which was 1961.
Yeah. All right.
My brain works in weird ways, okay? This is how I work things out.
You're practically an American citizen already. So, next question. What are 2 cabinet level positions? Secretary of Health and Human Services and Secretary of the Navy, Secretary of the Interior and Secretary of History, Secretary of State and Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Weather and Secretary of Energy. A, B, C, or D?
I don't know, because your cabinet is set up like completely different. I just made a new word. Different to ours over here.
Yeah, there's so many positions in the cabinet, I can't even keep it straight. That's why I'm depending on you to answer this fucking question. No, I actually know what the answer is. Now I'm reading over them again.
Yeah. I was going to say C sounds most plausible.
See?
Yeah.
Sure about that?
See, no, now you said that. No, I'm not. You mean?
I will click it.
Is that right?
All right.
Probably not.
Ooh, I definitely know this one. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? A, the Articles of
Oh,
Confederation. B, the Bill of Rights. C, inalienable rights. D, the Declaration of Independence.
the Bill of Rights, and I remember that because it was in an episode of The Simpsons.
Heck yeah.
That's where I first learned that. It's from the yellow people.
Why does the flag have 13 stripes?
It's for the original colonies, isn't it?
A, because it was considered lucky to have 13 stripes on a flag. B, because the stripes represent the original colonies. C, because the stripes represent the members of the Second Continental Congress. D, because the stripes represent the number of signatures on the U.S. Constitution.
Isn't it the colonies? The original colonies?
Correct.
Yeah, I thought so.
You got 100%.
Yay!
Practically American.
Yay! Does that mean I can move to America?
I wouldn't mind.
I just got to work out the rest of the logistics. Is that, well, I've already passed your online test, and it's on YouTube. You can tell.
Yeah, I mean,
You gonna do the UK one now?
oh yeah, I got it pulled up right now. Life in the UK test web. Whatever.
I probably don't even know half the answers to these things.
What was the
questions.
last battle between Great Britain and France? Oh, Jesus. I'm going to go Waterloo. I was right.
How many questions
Which
are on this one?
flower is associated with Wales? Daffodil, rose, shamrock, thistle.
I know this one.
With Wales, I'm going to go daffodil.
Yep.
Oh.
British rose, you got the Scottish thistle, Irish shamrock, Welsh daffodil. That's where the saying the British rose came from.
Real quick, since we just went through that last test and I already started just steamrolling into this one, could you give me like 2 minutes so I can have a quick smoke and a piss?
I was going to say, I'm on my phone, so I'm going out for a smoke now.
Okay. So, hey, intermission, guys. Here, let me...
You need a be right back sign.
I do, but it's hard to do on Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is absolutely nothing. You guys are gonna have to sit in silence for a minute. I'll clip this bit out and post later.
Ebaxies?
All right, I'm back.
Howdy doody.
Ready? Yeah. All right. During the reign of Charles II, parts of London were destroyed. What was the cause of this destruction? A war, a flood, a fire, an earthquake.
I know this one.
I'm gonna say fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
That's
Fire
why
of
you guys
London.
build your. That's why in the UK most houses are built from stone.
Yeah, well, brick now. Yeah. Yeah. That's why we don't use wood in our houses anymore, because that shit burns.
Yeah.
And we don't have to rebuild the houses.
Oh,
Well, it's burning.
London and
All
in the Great
UK
Fire
burn.
of London.
Yeah.
London, the Great Fire of London.
In the US, we have so much space that we just our houses are far enough apart that we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Tell that to California.
Speak for yourself.
I was going to say,
You're like
tell that
fireworks.
Yeah. That's cool.
You would have thought at least in areas like that is prone to fires, they would at least make their houses out of something other than wood.
Yeah. How often are general elections held in the UK?
Oh,
Every 3 years, every 4 years, every 5 years, every 10 years. I'm gonna go 3. No, it's
Sure about
5.
that?
Shit.
Every 5 years.
Wow.
But the current prime minister can call a snap general election whenever they want. But if the prime minister hasn't called an election, there has to be one every 5 years.
Scotland
Has
has
to be.
its own banknotes, which are valid everywhere in the UK. True or false? I'm gonna guess true because I saw Boyinaband take this test earlier.
Cheating.
What charity works to preserve important buildings, coastline, and countryside in the UK? Shelter, AGK, Crisis, the National Trust. Gonna go National Trust. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Good guess. Great Britain refers only to England, Wales, and Scotland. True. Yeah, I'm not a dum-dum. I'm pretty dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
Whereas if you do the United Kingdom includes Northern Ireland.
Yeah. I love
Google.
the
differentiation. Yeah.
It only includes these 3.
if it's Great Britain, it only includes these three. However, if it's the United Kingdom, it also includes that bit over there. Not the whole lot, just that top bit.
And then there's Northern Ireland. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Don't ignore that.
Yeah, if it's Great Britain, you know, you ignore that. But if it's the United Kingdom, then that little bit up there, that's ours.
Well, why is Ireland split? It's fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. All right. Who was the tribal leader who fought against Romans? Cleopatra, Claudia, Boudicca, Saint Augustine.
Cleopatra.
Considering she was in Egypt, I don't think she'd be on a UK test.
Well, she did fight
in the UK. In the UK.
I'm gonna go.
Cleopatra was in Egypt.
No.
It's Boudica.
Boudica.
Yep.
Boudica.
She was a badass bitch.
Now I can't see anything.
Huh?
That's your own damn fault. Who
voted
the greatest Britain of all time in 2002? How the fuck am I supposed to know that? That's just a weird random trivia. How is that a fucking citizenship test thing? Oh my god. I'm gonna go Winston Churchill. Oh. Okay. Hey, if you like the cigars and you like this whiskey, I'm down for that. Which two houses form the UK Parliament? The House of Lords, House of Members, House of Commons, House of Fraser. I'm gonna do House of Commons, House of Lords.
Yep.
Yeah.
House of Fraser is actually a department store.
Are you serious?
I never heard of House of Fraser, so I figured.
Yeah, think of it as like a Macy's kind of thing or a Bloomingdale's, that kind of setup. That's
when did women get the right to vote at the same age as men? I'm gonna go 1938. Oh, 1928. Decade earlier. Good job, UK. All right. Who's the head of the Church of England? Prime Minister, the Archbishop of Canterbury. That's a book. The Pope. And the monarch.
Where do you think this book came from?
I'm going to go with the monarch.
Yeah.
I was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonus point. Why was the Church of England formed?
What sort of event is the Grand National? Hold on. I'm answering these damn questions. Rugby, golf, horse racing, tennis. Oh, I'm gonna go rugby.
Nope.
No, it's horse racing. God,
horse racing.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right. What type of literature are the Canterbury Tales? They're fables. They're poems,
dude.
Fact.
They're poems. I remember having to do those for A-level English, and I hated them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is Christmas Day?
See, now a better question there would have been, when is Boxing Day?
Yeah, it's 26th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 25th of December. What the fuck?
Same day as the rest of the world.
Who supported King Charles the First during the Civil War? Roundheads, suffragettes, Quakers, Cavaliers. You know, I'm gonna go with Quakers because I like my oatmeal. It's the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
It was the Roundheads versus the Cavaliers. Roundheads were Oliver Cromwell, I believe.
What battle is commemorated in the Bayeux Tapestry? To the water. It's either the Battle of Waterloo or the Battle of Hastings.
Which one are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna go for
Do,
Hastings.
do,
Yes.
do, do.
I love the first comment in there. What are these random questions?
Yeah,
I've lived in the UK my whole life, and I don't know the answer to at least half of these questions. Well, you're useless in a pub quiz, then, aren't you?
Yeah, the Battle of Waterloo was too fucking obvious, so had to be Hastings. Where was Anne Boleyn, the wife of Henry VII, executed? Ooh, Houses of
That's
Parliament,
a dark question.
Stonehenge, Tower of
We're a
London,
dark country.
Whitehall. I know it wasn't Stonehenge.
That one's fucking obvious.
Yeah, because nothing happens at Stonehenge. It's just a bunch of big rocks.
You've never been there on a solstice.
Yeah. It's either Tower of London or Whitehall. I'm gonna go Whitehall. Why not?
Nope.
It's Tower of London. Fuck.
Tower of London is where everybody's like executed. Everybody of note is executed, but Tower of London.
Yeah, I thought it was
Why?
gonna be a little bit different. It was a trick question.
Because that was where that was like the political and like prison of that time. That's why there's a reason it's called.
Wait.
There's a reason it's called the Bloody Tower.
Hold on. This is a weird fucking question. Racial crime and smoking in public and smoking in public places are example of civil offenses or criminal offenses. Why are they lumping racial crime and smoking in public in the same fucking boat, for one thing? I don't know. They already have crime in the question, so I'm going to do criminal offenses, of course. Wait, can you not smoke in public in the UK?
We can, just not in public places, like public buildings. It's like we used to be able to smoke in like pubs.
Like within buildings?
Yeah. So it's like we used to be able to smoke in pubs and bars and stuff. And I miss those days. I really do. But now you have to go outside.
I turned 21. I turned 21 and was able to go into pubs and bars. Literally 2 years after they ended smoking in those places. And I was pissed. However, I have an excellent local bar that has a giant ass back patio.
Oh yeah, I mean everywhere's now got smoking areas.
Yeah.
But
so I can sit out on that back patio, I can have my drinks, and I can smoke all the fuck I want.
Oh yeah.
I still remember when restaurants had no smoking and smoking areas.
That's right. People at my work remember when you used to be able to smoke at your desk.
No, I think that's totally fair. Okay. Hold on, let me take off my hipster glasses, and I'm gonna let the right-wing libertarian come out. Restaurants and bars should have their own choice on whether or not they're smoking or non-smoking. one thing that it did show by the law being implemented is that more people started going to bars more often because there was no smoking inside, so they weren't constantly being smoked out. That's fair. However, if a restaurant is big enough and they are able to put a divider and everything like that, they should allow a smoking section. And also, like my local bar has a giant ass back patio. And people should be allowed to smoke outside. If some smoke smell gets inside, go fuck yourself. Yeah, now that the law has been put into place, I think it should be repealed and restaurants should be able to choose what they want or don't want. That's my stance on that. What type of character was played by Charlie Chaplin? A superhero, a tramp, a scientific genius, a bandit. Okay. It's tramp. I'm gonna say this before I even click the check thing. I'm a massive Charlie Chaplin fan. He was the originator of comedic movies.
Oh yeah.
He was the first start of silent comedy and physical comedy for what it is today. He even trumps Three Stooges. Go fuck yourselves, Three Stooges fans.
Hey.
No. Yep, I was definitely right. All right.
Charlie
You have to
Chaplin
be at
died
least
on Christmas
21
Day.
years old to stand as MP. I'm going to say that's true because I don't fucking know. No, that's false.
No.
Anyway, 18 or
Because,
over? All right, cool.
Yeah, because you're a legal adult at 18.
Thought it was 16.
No.
No, you're allowed to drink at 16.
No, you're allowed to drink at 18. You're allowed to have sex at 16.
I thought it was no, aren't you allowed like mead and wine at least at 16?
You if you want to drink in public, you have to be 18. No, if you want to drink in public, like in a pub or whatever, you have to be 18. However, from the age of 5, you can drink in your own home or a private residence.
All right. That's fair. Who developed the radar? Oh, shit. We just went over this.
Did we?
This is part of the US test. What the fuck? We're going to go Whittle. Nope. Watson Watt.
Okay, to be fair, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Where is the official home of the Prime Minister? Wait. 18 Oxford Street. It's not Buckingham Palace. I know that. That's your fucking monarchy. Windsor Castle. It's not that either. 10 Downing Street. Oh, Yeah. All right. 10 Downing Street. I was right.
Okay. However, while that may be the official home of the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister usually actually lives at number 11. No, they usually live at number 11 because it's bigger. And they're actually, the two properties are interconnected.
Much like how Trump said, I don't like the White House. It's not good enough for me.
Well, no, it's always been that because it's like the 10 Downing Street is like the official place of business and residence of the Prime Minister, whereas 11 is bigger. So that's usually where the Prime Minister lives. However, you can get into both from going through the door of number 10.
All right. By law, which two types of media have to give balanced coverage of all political parties an equal time to rival viewpoints before an election. It's going to be television and radio. You can't control the internet and newspapers or just print. There we go. Fucking
Mostly
win.
because they're funded by.
Oh, I
everybody else.
failed. I can't.
How did you fail?
I got most of those right. I only missed like 2 questions. How did I only get 62.5?
Because you only got 15 correct out of 24. The only one of those I didn't actually know, which I'm very proud of, was the radar question.
Yeah. Goddamn. All right. I can't immigrate to the UK, but Red,
No.
you can come to the US anytime. You got 100%.
Yay! That's just because I watch ridiculously stupid amounts of YouTube. Most of the people I watch on YouTube are American.
In America is the rest of the world's fucking reality show.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just I don't like, reality TV. I just watch American YouTube instead because, it's just exactly kind of the same. But it's not like manufactured. It's people spurging out in real life.
Yeah.
You didn't answer my bonus question from earlier, by the way.
Oh, what was your bonus question?
Why was the Church of England formed?
Oh, the Church of England was formed because King what's his face wanted to divorce his wife, and the Pope said that he couldn't have a divorce.
King what's his face?
I forget it. I've been day drinking. Give me a fucking break. At least I know the basics.
The one with the dude with 6 wives.
Yeah. And he was constantly executing them because he couldn't get a divorce, and then he was tired of executing them. So then he started his own church because the Pope said that he couldn't get a divorce. So he started his own church, and King James. That's what it is. King James version of the Bible came out of that. Jesus fuck.
Yeah. However, the king who did it was King Henry VIII.
Oh, it was King Henry VIII. What?
Henry VIII. With the King James Bible, I think you're right, it did come out of that, I think. But no, it was, and he got divorced before he started killing his wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's the rhyme: divorced, beheaded, died; divorced, beheaded, survived. Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
But was I wrong?
Well, apart from the fact that you thought it was King James.
Well, and I'm just thinking about the Bible.
Oh, good. No, apart from the fact that you couldn't get his name, and he only beheaded 2 of his wives.
Only 2?
Only 2. Yeah.
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 Dude, Skull. He loved the 3rd one so fucking much that he started a whole new religion.
That was the 2nd one.
Okay.
That was the 2nd one because he wanted to divorce Catherine of Aragon. No, he wanted to divorce Catherine of Aragon to marry Anne Boleyn, but they wouldn't let him. So he broke off from the church and then started the Church of England. And then obviously he ended up chopping off Anne Boleyn's head. And then he married Jane Seymour.
He loved the 3rd one so much
do more
that
research.
He actually stayed with his new religion that he created with the 2nd one.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a bit screwed up over here. Or at least they were back in the 1500s anyway. So are you going to be brushing up on your English history a bit more so you can emigrate to the UK if you ever want to?
I'm not. No. I'm not immigrating to the UK at all. No, fuck that shit.
No? Fine.
America, fuck yeah. No.
Sochi then.
I love my country. We have problems. I need to stay here to fix them.
Jables, the hero you never thought you needed.
Yeah.
Can he stand up long enough to fix the issues?
The weekend drunk drug using fucking weirdo that actually has an opinion.
Yeah. Isn't that like half the states though? Half the population. You know.
Yeah, that all the politicians ignore. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, they do that over here as well. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
It's a much larger country. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah, but if you think of the land mass,
okay, so like last week, I was trying to explain to a guy from Denmark. He was trying to tell me like, hey, America should do this, America should do that, blah 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 blah. And I was trying to explain to him the size of the country that I live in. It's fucking ridiculous.
Doesn't it take like a week to drive from like one side to the other?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I'm sat there, I'm like, nah. So a friend of mine wants to do the whole Route 66 thing, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
So within my state, I live in Washington. Within my state, it takes me 5 hours minimum. That's like no traffic, anything like that. It takes me 5 hours to drive from where I'm at right now to where my parents live. And that's considered nothing in the US.
It takes me 3.5 hours to get to mine to my mum's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
I've also seen posts. I've also seen posts on like Reddit and shit where somebody says I live in London, and they're like, oh, have you checked out this place? It's like it's like roughly 20 minutes from where you are, and then they complain like, where do I have the time to drive 20 minutes away? Blah 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 blah.
Okay, pro tip: you do not drive in London.
Yeah. That's fair. You don't drive in New York.
Exactly. It's like when it comes to driving, it's like New York and London. You don't do it. You get the bus, you walk, or you get the underground. That's you don't drive in London. Apart from the fact you got the fucking congestion charge as well.
I don't even fucking drive in Seattle.
I only drive when I have to, and I only have to when actually no, I do drive most days, but that's purely because I got the kid. I've got to take him to school, which is a pain in the ass.
I'm sorry.
Morning traffic.
Yeah.
I
don't have a car because I don't need one. I can't justify all the costs that go involved with having a car.
Yeah, but it's my friend. She's got this. I say my friend, my housemate. She's got this absolutely tiny little car. I don't know I can't remember what it is, but it's a 2-door, and it's absolutely tiny. and because I've got a Range Rover, sorry. My car often got co-opted for basketball.
Ooh.
So yeah, well, it's like got the local team. Majority of them stay in my house over the season. Let's put it this way: from the months of September to April, my house is the only place I can feel short. I'm 5'10".
Oh.
Yeah. My house is full of big dudes. But because my car is big enough to fit the basketballs and all of the other equipment and kits and stuff. So it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to borrow your car. I'm just like, fuck off, I need my car. It's like, no, I'm using it. It's my car. You can't have it.
All right. Real quick, because we're live streaming right now. All right. I've taken a U.S. citizenship test. I got 100%. Red Royals got 100%.
Means I can invade.
Yeah, that's fine. You're more than welcome. I don't fucking give a shit. It's a giant fucking country.
Nice.
It doesn't hurt us to have one more person.
Well, technically it would be 2 because I got my little man as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Still doesn't fucking hurt us. It's a giant fucking country, and there's a lot of land not being used. Anyways, I'm just gonna stop this. I failed the UK test though, so I can't immigrate there, but didn't want to do that in the first place. So
you didn't have to do it. I suggested it, and you said okay.